实拍实说，大地海外升学。
My name's Alastair Fairley. I'm the principal at Massey High School. I've been here as a teacher since 2006. Love the school and been principal here for just coming up on 2 years now.
My name is Joshua Brodie. I'm the International Director at Massey High School and I look after all of our international students.
Yep, so Massey High School was founded in 1969. Moved into this premises in that year. It's one of the largest schools in West Auckland, so at the moment we're about 1,700 students. At its peak, before some other schools were opened, it was 2,400 students, but it caters for a wide range of students as well, from those in rural areas out in the northwest corridor through to ones in dense urban areas as well, so a real wide demographic. And our student population, the ethnic makeup, pretty much mirrors the ethnic makeup of New Zealand as a whole.
We've got a very strong history of academic achievement, of sporting greatness, and of wonderful achievements in the fields of dance and drama and other arts. It's super well resourced. We've got a large number of activities that students are able to be involved in, both inside and outside the school.
As I say, about 1,700 students in total. At the moment we've got 14 fee-paying international students. But we've got capacity, and in the past we've been up at 75, and we've probably got capacity for about 100.
Well, we operate under the NCEA system offered by New Zealand Qualifications Authority, the NZQA. Those are internationally recognised credits that the students can achieve, and it guarantees entrance into Auckland University and other universities around this nation, and we have lots of agreements in place in other local nations like Australia, but they're also recognised internationally. We've had people graduate to get into Harvard and other colleges on the back of their results from NZQA.
So international students, we've got them from year 9 right through to year 13. So year 9s is that introductory course. It's got an introduction to New Zealand education secondary school. Year 11s, we've got those there, the ones doing the first stage of NCEA. So they go right through to level 3, and we've had international students that have been involved right through level 3 and even doing scholarship exams as well.
We also offer some TOEIC and some TOEFL and IELTS based courses to support some students who might be needing to prove their English proficiency to some of the other tertiary institutions.
For academic support, their first point of contact quite often is their tutor teacher, or they've got their head of English language, the director of international students who liaises with them on a regular basis, and we've got our deans as well they can go to for that academic support. They don't need to make appointments, it's just open door policy. Any pastoral issues, first port of call is generally the Dean of International Students, but again they can just use the normal school pastoral systems as well, and again they don't need to make appointments, it's just a case of going and seeing the person they need to speak to. We've also got counsellors on site, which our international students can access as well. So another support for them as well is we've got a full health centre on site with 3 registered nurses, and a doctor comes in once a week as well. But that's open for students as well for any ailments, and there's also a physiotherapist on site as well, which is also free for students. For our long-term students, it's $15,500 per annum. That's all inclusive, so that includes an amount for the uniform, and we cover their NZQA fees as well, which some other schools actually put that on top. So we like it as a one-off flat fee, so there's no hidden costs in that. And then their homestay costs obviously on top of that. Generally 2 options they pick up, either homestay, so that's living with a Kiwi family, week in, week out, and they're quite often coming to school with the student they're living with, although not all the families have a student here, it's just a Kiwi family that's opened their doors. The other one is designated care, so it might be a relative or someone they know here, and they're designated in their care.
In terms of our homestay arrangements, We are operating at $390 a week at this stage. $390 a week, that's the full homestay experience with dinner and with assignments and the homestay, careful search of the homestay. They're all, of course, appropriately police vetted, and they are safe and welcoming environments. I met with a student who graduated 5 years ago now, because he's gone on to do some further study. And that wonderful young man who graduated from here as an international prefect, I might add, is still living with the same homestay family that we introduced him to here. So there are some of the relationships, they've become family. He calls them mum and dad. So our homestay arrangements work really, really well.
It just depends on the student. So some students do go home for holidays to see family. Some students like being here because they're involved in activities over the holiday breaks as well. So that's just arrangements they make with the homestay coordinator. Last year, as an example, which is a wee bit lower than normal because of COVID, about 21% of our students went to university. The biggest destination for them is the University of Auckland, followed by University of Otago, Victoria University in Wellington, particularly for those studying law. We've had a student last year who got a full ride scholarship to Harvard University in the US. We've got students also that have been accepted into Monash University in Australia. International students in the past that have come through us have gone on to the University of Auckland as their main destination. Some have gone back to University of Seoul, University of Sydney. So it's quite diverse. So they do spread out, but the biggest destination is the University of Auckland. I think with Massey High School, it's the people, and that's what's kept me here for so long, and that's what keeps a lot of our staff here for so long. It's the people that come through our gates. As I said before, it's a microcosm of New Zealand, so our makeup here is essentially the same as the demographic of New Zealand as a whole. We're kind of on the outskirts of Auckland, so we've got that rural outlook, but we're still close to the city, close to facilities, we're close to West Coast beaches, close to farmlands. We've got lots of opportunities here as well that other schools don't offer. We've got senior students here, for instance, that are building houses. So it's that breadth of opportunity that's available, but again, the main thing that sets us apart is just the wonderful people here.
Massey High School is unique and stands out because of the people that work within it. I work with a wonderful team of people who I enjoy spending time with, and our students enjoy spending time with. This is not to say that it's only about the people. We are super well resourced. As I'm sure this video may show, there's so much that you can do at Massey High School, so many different pathways. But I think what makes us strongest is the fact that we are looking at providing learning outcomes for the student, for individual students, rather than trying to push them onto a generic pathway. I know you're going to be going to this, you're going to nursing, you're going to be going to this, you're going to law. Instead, we look at the needs and desires of each student and their levels of ability and what we can do to support them to achieve to the highest level in their area of expertise. And we work really hard to make sure that the experience they have is perfect for them.
Basically, any of our students coming in, whether they're international or local, we're just looking for people that want to give it their all and get involved in the wider life of school. For students coming to the school, the biggest word of advice is to get involved. So it's really plunge in and get involved in the wider aspects of school life. So school in New Zealand is not just about what goes on in the classroom. What's equally important is being involved in choirs or bands or sports teams. So as I say, we've got a young Japanese man here, for instance, who this year, very, very good grades, but also loves his rugby. So it's getting involved because they meet different people and they forge lifelong friendships. And we've got students who came to us, Josh has probably said, from Guangmin several years ago, who we're still in touch with because they've made such strong links. So it's getting involved. We've got international students that, because of that, they rise up and secure student leadership roles across the school just because of their involvement in that wider life of school. So it's really just getting involved and making the most of what New Zealand's got to offer.
I think the biggest barrier to making the brave decision to come and study elsewhere is fear. And what I would say to us, to prospective students who are thinking of coming over here, is don't be afraid. We've got you. We have a family here that will look after you and support you and make sure that you get the things that you need. We have staff that are prepared and willing to give you more and go above the call of duty to make sure that you are happy with what you're doing. Our accommodation is really beautiful, really welcoming, and you're facing a situation where we can take care of you. We look after you from the beginning to the end. So I think a lot of people are nervous about, the research has told me the biggest fear is not as the accommodation, and we know that we've got the accommodation sorted. The research points out the biggest fear is language ability, and the second biggest fear is language ability, and we've got that covered. And the rest of the material is just administrative, and we are masters. We've been doing it for years, and I believe that we're offering a really safe and go forward environment.
Hi, I was born in South Korea, and my name is Eunsun Lee, and I'm year 13. 3 years ago, I was in year 11. Yeah. I'm living in Glendon, near West City, with my 3 Korean high school students, and they also attend our Massey High School, and our accommodation and caregivers are Korean. I really like my caregivers because they're always nice to us, like nice to me, and they made amazing food for us. Yeah. There is a significant education and a cultural gap between high schools in Korea and in New Zealand. In Korea, students must put in a lot of effort and follow highly strict study standards. However, New Zealand high school is a great environment to study, I think, and it's very good. Enjoy activities and like sports. Yeah. I want to study biology in Japanese high school. Yeah, they helped me recommendation letter for principal and other subject teacher. Yeah, like I'm highly recommend to study at Massey High School, and always welcome to study at this school, because if you guys have any question and concerning, the teacher will be help and like help their future, like planning to uni, yeah, whatever what you want. I think we need to study English a lot because English is very hard. I know English is very hard to speak and writing and reading, but I think we need to prepare English vocabulary or like speaking. Yeah, we need to practice. Yeah.
可以免費去旅行，
仲可以得到每個月1萬美金啊！